Is Beijing close to breaking America's economic supremacy? China controls 80% of the global solar energy supply chain. In recent years, China has increasingly threatened America's economic supremacy as it approaches the goals set in its famous Made in China 2025 plan. In his article in the Washington Post, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio warns that China is no longer just an ordinary competitor, but the most advanced adversary the United States has ever faced. In 2015, China launched the Made in China 2025 plan, a strategy that aims to dominate 10 vital sectors of the global economy. According to a report issued by Senator Rubio's office, China has now become a global leader in 4 of these key sectors. Dominance of the electric vehicle industry. China has become the largest exporter of electric vehicles and cars in the world. Solar energy. China controls 80% of the global solar energy supply chain, a percentage that makes it far more important than any other country. Nuclear energy. China has completed the construction of the world's first 4th-generation nuclear reactor. The railway industry in China is truly remarkable. China boasts the largest high-speed rail network in the world, stretching an impressive 45,000 kilometers. In addition, China's shipbuilding industry has surpassed the capacity of the United States by more than 200 times, according to a report from the U.S. Office of Naval Intelligence. And let's not forget the huge successes in technology that China has achieved. Despite its tremendous success in some sectors, China has not achieved all of its goals. In areas such as commercial aviation, China has not yet achieved the desired level, with the Commercial Aircraft Corporation of China still struggling. But in the field of drone manufacturing, Chinese companies have achieved great success, as they now control about 70% of the U.S. market. In the field of biotechnology, Chinese companies remain heavily dependent on Western capital and technology despite their remarkable progress in producing new drugs and treatments. On the other hand, China has failed to achieve its goals in the agricultural sector, as the agricultural trade deficit has increased significantly, posing a major challenge to the efforts of the ruling Chinese Communist Party to achieve economic self-sufficiency. In his interview with Time magazine in June 2024, U.S. President Joe Biden indicated that demographic challenges in China could hinder its economic progress, especially with an aging population that makes many in China unable to work. Biden added that the Chinese economy's reliance on debt, which exceeds 180% of GDP, could lead to an economic collapse, similar to what happened to the Soviet Union at the end of the Cold War. But Senator Rubio warns against underestimating China. While some believe that China could collapse under the weight of its internal contradictions, Rubio points out that China has economic and technological capabilities that far exceed those of the Soviet Union. He adds that even if there is confidence that China will lose its competitiveness in the future, this does not solve the challenge it poses today. What should the United States do? According to Rubio, the United States cannot remain inactive in the face of the growing Chinese threat, and to confront this challenge, the United States needs to adopt a strong industrial policy, which includes several crucial steps. Massive investments in vital sectors. The United States must invest in essential sectors that affect national security and economic prosperity. And this includes advanced technology industries such as artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and robotics. Stimulating domestic manufacturing. Rubio believes there is an urgent need to remove regulatory restrictions that hinder the growth of manufacturing in the United States, and achieving this goal will help revive American industry and achieve sustainable economic growth. Imposing tariffs and trade restrictions. Rubio believes that imposing tariffs and restrictions on technology transfers can help protect the American market from subsidized Chinese products that pose a threat to American companies. Combating espionage and intellectual property theft. There is a need to strengthen protections against Chinese espionage and intellectual property theft, as Chinese companies are believed to be illicitly benefiting from American research and innovation. American fundamentals. Rubio stresses that confronting China's strategy does not mean adopting the same methods used by Beijing, such as nationalizing companies or using forced labor. Instead, Rubio calls for a return to American roots based on supporting vital industries and encouraging innovation, and stresses that the United States must respond quickly to these challenges, or it will find itself in a position of weakness in the face of China's growing economic power. In conclusion, Rubio warns that failure to learn from the experience of Made in China 2025 could lead to China completely overtaking the United States in the coming decades. That's why the United States must take strong and decisive action to maintain its economic competitiveness and avoid collapsing against the most advanced adversary it has ever faced.